money, more a lot of things. Why didn't my here we go. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. We are about to get started. How many of y'all ready for some more love, more romance, more abundance of all things that you actually want to experience? Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Welcome, 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 my love. Welcome to All Things Mastery, soon to be Quantum Shift Society Live. I am your host, educator, and mentor, Venus Scott. And here we talk about all things mastery. We talk about all things shift. I'm talking about shifting your identity, shifting your focus, shifting your ways, shifting your language, shifting your behaviors and your decisions. Why? So we can align ourselves to experience more love, more joy, more abundance, more peace, clarity, security, financial security. So here on this channel, we discuss all things to get you to where you want to be. So Blissful Rise, welcome into my YT family. It's always a pleasure to connect with you. Welcome in my FB family. Always a wonderful opportunity to connect with you. And above all, no shade to my other platforms. Welcome all of my TikTok Divine Soul family. Infinite gratitude for you being here, sharing your positive energy with us. Today, we have another wonderful live, another informative live. We're going to be talking about shift. Shift, okay? Because it's all about the shift. Nobody want to stay the same. Nobody want to continue to be miserable. Nobody want to continue to still be healing. Nobody want to stay in poverty. Nobody want to continually live paycheck to paycheck. We don't want to do that. So I'm going to ask you a question. I love the engagement. Here we engage. Here, this is not a dictatorship, okay? This is not a monologue. This is a dialogue between beautiful souls who are on their journeys of raising our level of consciousness, mastering all aspects of ourselves, mastering the matrices and the simulations, okay? Actually being in power, actually operating in power instead of disempowerment. So I love questions. Make sure you commune with me. If you have any questions or perspectives or ahas, make sure you drop it in the comment section, because here we glow and grow together as one. So make sure you are engaging by liking. If you're not following, please hit that support follow button, and make sure you never miss a live, never miss an opportunity to gain information that is going to benefit you in so many ways. And if you stick around, you're going to find out just how much it is going to help you. Not only you, but your loved ones. So let's start with a question. I love questions because it gets us going. It gets the mind going. We want to activate and stimulate the mind. We want to activate and stimulate the nervous system. Okay, especially because a lot of y'all at jobs that y'all don't want to be in right now. Okay, so things that I'm going to be sharing is going to absolutely help position yourself so you can retire yourself, okay, baby, and you could be absolutely okay with it. So the question of today, Friday's question is, do any of you know the equation or the formula to resolving living a wholesome life? Do any of you know the equation or the formula of the resolve for living a wholesome life? What's the equation? I know a lot of us remember math classes, right? In order to solve any type of equation, you need to understand the variables, right? X plus X plus X equals wholesome. So we want to solve X plus X plus X. And in this live, I'm going to be giving you the answers, because without the variables, without understanding the variables, without knowing the variables, okay, you continue to self-destruct. That's just the facts of it, okay? You continue to decline, okay? And we don't want us declining no more. It's high time for us to continue, for us to move forward, and for us to remain moving forward instead of taking 2 steps forward and 100 steps back whenever we are on our journey of mastering self. Whenever we decide that we want a better life, we want more money, we want more love, okay? So I always like to begin with truth. Here's the thing. No matter what you're doing, no matter what you're binging off of, you understand what I'm saying? Here is the truth. I need to fix this because this thing is following my hands right now. No matter what, Michelle, how are you, my love? Infinite gratitude for the support. Follow. So it don't matter what you want. We speak truth over here, right? Whether it's uncomfortable or not, we speak truth. So it doesn't matter what you want, whether it's more money, more love, more health, more abundance, more peace, prosperity, elevation, etc. Everything has a formula. And here's the truth. The realities that we're currently living in now, everything that we are experiencing now is because of this fact right here. We are not getting what we want. You do not get what you want. You get according to who you are. And for many of us, we think we understand that. However, when you hold to the concept or dive deeper into what understanding actually means, how can you understand something and not apply it? Okay? So we can read all of the books, we can consume all of the information, we can continue to watch all of the videos. However, nothing actually changes unless you change it. And in order to shift anything, you need to have a level of understanding. You need to not only have the level of understanding, you need to embody what you're learning. And when you embody what you're learning, you then are applying what you learned. Hence, that's what's going to bring you more money, more health, more peace, more love, more joy, more prosperity, which are higher levels of conscious living. Instead of more suffering, more pain, more distortion, more resentment, more fear, and more scarcity. Correct? Right. You are welcome, beautiful soul. Thank you for this unconditional love, infinite gratitude. It is always, always Ashe over here, right? So we need to understand this. I want us to think about this, okay? Because a lot of us have a lot of aspirations, right? How many of you know that it's important for you to take time out for you to feed yourself with nourishing food? I'm talking especially mental food, soul food, right? It's not enough just to consume physical food, okay? This is not how we elevate. Yes, that may be taking care of the body, but what about our mind? Because without the mind, without the soul, the body ceases to exist. So put in a one in the comment section if you have more to do in this lifetime. Put in a one in the comment section if you know you were purposed for more than just what you're doing right now. Put a one in the comment section if you actually have goals, dreams, and aspirations that you want to fill. Put a one in the comment section if you want to see your children grow up and have grandchildren and see your grandchildren and you want to see your life thrive. You don't want to struggle no more. Ashe. If our cup is empty, we cannot help anyone. Ashe, how you helping somebody you can't help yourself? How you loving someone if you can't love yourself? Genesis, hi, beautiful. I haven't seen you in quite some time. Hi, my love. Genesis, Anthony, infinite gratitude, my love, and welcome. And Michelle, I see the ones. Miss S, how are you, my love? Infinite gratitude. Somebody put a one in the comment section for me because I too have a whole bunch of living to do. I too have a lot to experience. Okay, this is not it. I know and how many of you know just because you are living in greatness don't mean that it can be greater. Just because you happy don't mean that you should not seek to be happier, right? This is all a part of elevation. There's a finite difference between being greedy, right? And knowing that you are supposed to elevate. What do we think elevation is? What do we think shifting is? When you remain on a constant level, that keeps you stagnant. So let's put levels to happiness. Let's put levels to joy. Let's put levels to bliss and prosperity. The same goes for the polar opposite. Let's put levels to hate and resentment and all the misery and different things like that, right? Say you're on level 5 happiness. Are you content with that? Infinite gratitude for the hearts over here on YT, right? Who would not want to choose to be more happier? Right? Who would choose to be happier? Who would choose to have happier days? Who would choose to have happier weeks? Who would choose to have happier months? Well, we have to think about this because how many times have we aspired to gain more freedom? Gain more financial security? How often have we attempted to date right? Because we want to experience what a significant divine love looks like. We want to fuse beautifully. We want to create healthy friction, right? How many of you know there's a such thing as healthy friction, okay, between romantic partners? How many of you want to experience traveling, not to escape your life, but to experience more life? How many of you want, like, there's more? Well, there's a formula to get there. And we're speaking about this formula. So I'm going to be giving you some jewels. The formula is shift. Say it in the comments with me, my love, shift. Now, y'all know I break things down because I want y'all to understand it. I don't ever want you to leave one of my lives and you don't have a clear understanding of what I'm actually talking about. So when I ask you to write things down in the comment section, when I ask you to respond, engagement, that's me helping you position yourself in alignment for a healthy exchange. Because why? I said it earlier. We don't get according to what we want, what we say we want. We get according to who we're being. And whenever you are exchanging positive energies, you not only rewire your neurological system, your mental database, you rewire your nervous system, okay? So this is positive over here. This is righteous over here. We consume health. We consume joy. We consume bliss. We consume all things that get us into alignment, okay? So Miss SIC, put a shift in a comment if you ready to shift. Shift. You got to shift. Shift your energy. Shift your focus. Shift everything because the old ways isn't working anymore. Your old identity is keeping you stuck. Our old identity is keeping us stuck. And you have to ask yourself, what is it costing you? What is you remaining in your same identity costing you? It's costing you more than you think. And let me tell you something. Here, I don't just want to be your motivator, inspirator, because I am that. And I love being an encouragement to you, a genuine support of you, with you, for you. I like to tell you the truth of the matter, right? Because it's not all rainbows and sunshine when we have people unaliving themselves every day. So not only am I going to give you the desirable truth, I'm going to give you the undesirable truth because it is in that and which should evoke you to shift your identity. Okay. Ashe Michelle, I see the shift. Hi, beautiful. Hi, Tamika. Hi, my love. Right? So today we're going to be discussing shifting, right? Because some of the reasons as to why we're not experiencing what we want to experience, right? The healthy love, the romantic love, connecting with our partners. A lot of us aren't smiling a lot. We're not experiencing joy a lot, right? How are you? How are you, my love? How's Friday going for you, right? A lot of us are experiencing a lot of depression and anxiety and still fearful and a lot of us are very, very lonely. And above all things, a lot of us are so desperate. And that's not to demean you, that's not to insult you. That's just bringing awareness to the truth. I understand that a lot of us are lonely. I understand a lot of the reasons as to why many of us are lonely. However, how many of you know that it's not enough for you to be aware of your circumstances? It's not enough for you to be aware that, yeah, I am lonely. That's the beginning of it. However, the more important question is, what are you doing about your loneliness? What are you doing so you're not spending the next holidays by yourself, sleeping in the bed by yourself with 13 pillows? How many of you know that it requires you to do something to align yourself with something? And it's time out for us just making all the justifications, rhymes, reasons, and excuses as to why we're not where we want to be. Because you can be experiencing healthy love right now. Your partner or partners are waiting for you to experience. There's no shortage of beautiful men and beautiful women in the world. I need us to understand this. Your perception plays a lot. as to where you are, where your current identity is, what you're currently embodying. There's no shortage of beautiful people who is also single, who is also mentally ready, physically ready, spiritually ready, financially ready to experience a partner in this life. There's no shortage. And so over the course of time, because we've been so disappointed, now a lot of us are hopeless. Now a lot of us have accepted the fact that, you know what, I'll meet him or her when I meet him, or when God finally says, okay, you ready for your partner. And we put all the responsibilities on people, places, and things and other entities, i.e., quote unquote God concepts, not realizing that you are God essence. The God you're waiting on to help you shift your reality is standing right in front of you, is standing with you, I should say. That's better. The God that you seek to help you, to save you, is not outside of you, it is within you. So it's not standing in front of you, as I mentioned, unless you're looking in a mirror. That God concept, that powers concept is standing with you because it is you. It's everything in you. So when we talk about, oh, it's all in time and in God's timing, and I'll heal when God say I need to heal, or healing takes time. All of that stuff is hogwash. All of that stuff is foolishness that you have grown to accept because you're tired and you're exhausted. Time doesn't heal anything. God ain't healing anything. God ain't saving you. You need to SYS. Put it in the comment section. SYS. SYS. Save yourself. Because ain't nobody coming to do it for you. You have to take responsibility and accountability for the life that you're not living, and shift your reality, shift your identity so you can actually live the life that you want to live. SYS, you have to save yourself. There is no one or no thing, no matter how firm you have grown to believe in these things, baby. Just let's get real. Let's use our logic mind. If God was coming to save you, if it was all in God's timing, why are you not moving forward? Why are you still living paycheck to paycheck? Why are you still single and you know you don't want to be? Why is your life seemingly in shambles? Why are you still struggling 80% of your days? Why are you still resenting people, places, and things 80% of your day? Kay, holistic homegirl, how are you, my love? Rich rising, dear, rich rising, right? If that was the case, let's stop being oblivious. Let's stop acting like we don't see, we don't hear, we don't taste, touch, smell, and sense. Just look at the state of your reality. Most of us are miserable, not happy. And just because you smile all day, baby, that doesn't mean inner happiness. Just because you look good doesn't mean you have inner happiness, inner peace, inner security. In fact, the same 5 pain points millions of us are still experiencing. What are those pain points? A lack of belonging, a lack of clear identity disassociation, a lack of financial security and freedom, and a lack of purpose. Right? So let's take a look at our reality, because if you keep ignoring it, don't think it's just going to go away. It's not going to go away. It's simple. The reason why we don't have the things that we want to have, the reason why we're not experiencing what we want to experience, is simply because we lack the what, we lack the whys, we lack the who, and we lack the how. The what is what to do. If you don't know what to do, where do you think you're going? This is why you need mentorship and guidance, because you have tried to do it on your own for years. It isn't working. When I say lack of understanding, a lot of us don't understand how our infinite minds work. A lot of us don't understand consciousness. A lot of us don't understand the variables to the equation of living a more fulfilled and wholesome life. So guess what you're inevitably going to continue to experience? More misery, more sadness, more distrust, more disbelief, more overwhelmingness, more depression, more grief, more separation, okay? More identity distortion, right? because we still believing in things that was forced upon us by Eurocentric slave masters. We still believing in who we think we are instead of remembering who we are, which is going to force you to know who you are. It's not enough just to believe. It's not enough just to believe. Somebody put an ashe in the comment section. It's not enough to believe anymore. Believing is the absence of knowing. You have to move from the lowest states of consciousness, which puts you in a state of, I believe I'm beautiful. I believe I'm gorgeous. I believe I can. I believe I can run. I believe I can jump. I simply, no, you have to know you can leap through bounds. You have to know that you're in power. You have to know that you've been enslaved and you no longer want to be enslaved, that you have the power to master yourself. You have to know these things. You have to know your essence. I don't just believe I'm a mother. I know I am a mother because I done portal lives here. Do you understand? I don't believe I'm powerful. I know I'm powerful, and my reality mimics that. My reality reflects that. I say, I don't just think I'm beautiful. I don't just believe I'm beautiful, baby. Every time I walk by my reflection, I'm saying, hey, pretty, hey, gorgeous. I don't just believe or know, I don't just believe that I'm intelligent. I am divine intelligence. I am infinite intelligence. And a lot of us, because you don't know what you know, you allow people to trick you out of your power. So we start talking foolish, talking about, oh, be humble. We start telling people to be humble. We start acting like we humble and subservient when you're the superior organism. You're the superior gene. How the hell can an inferior gene be superior over you? How can you submit to someone or something that is inferior? Do your research, my loves. This is facts. Do your research, especially if you are melanated. With all due respect, you are the superior genome. You are the superior organism. Melanin is condensed sunlight. You are like beings. You are not humans. I say this is why I call us beings. How are you going to do anything? So when I say we don't know what to do, why to do, how to do it, okay? When I say we don't know what to do, because we don't have a deeper understanding of who we are. We don't yet remember who we are. You are not human beings. You are life beings. You are soul body. You're not even spirit. Okay? This is why you need a mentor, because a lot of us have been conditioned with Eurocentric ways, Eurocentric religions, all keeping you not only enslaved, it is keeping you stuck. And they do that for the purpose of ciphering off your energy, because if you can keep pure souls deaf, dumb, blind, docile, and weak, right? If you can keep their auras weak, you can keep them in what's the state I'm talking about? A sleep state, a dumb, deaf state. Never rise into their greatness and power. So when we talk about why are we experiencing an abundance of lack, an abundance of inferiority, an abundance of we don't have, an abundance of loneliness, an abundance of all things that we were never meant to experience here? You have to start asking yourself some really deep questions. In a coma, there you go, Auntie. Listen, Aunt. Listen, Auntie. Come on with it. Thank you. See, this is the power of us. I love that infinite gratitude for your support. Tapping into our minds, okay? Because we are one. Coma, in a coma state, in a hypnosis state, to where you don't even remember how powerful you are. We speak about these things like, oh, I'm a king, I'm a queen. No, you're not. You are a light being. Kings, queens, even gods, goddesses, even though they are beautiful names, but I want you to know beyond the name. I want you to know who you are. Remember who you are beyond the name. Because a lot of us think just, oh, it's cutesy to be a queen. Where's your queendom? Where's your kingdom, king? Where's your godship and your goddessship? Meanwhile, your identity is stuck in the past. Meanwhile, your identity is embedded with lack, fear, scarcity, distorted biases, and we live in pain. We're struggling. Why are we struggling as gods and goddesses? Why are we struggling as a superior organism? You don't have to struggle. We struggle because we don't know the what. We don't know the why. Okay, let me turn on this air, baby, because baby, let me tell you, we about to, I felt it earlier. I said, oh, we gonna turn up. It's Friday, but whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Every day should be a day that you're mastering. Every day should be a day that you're not complaining. Every day should be a day that you have gratitude. Every day should be a day that you are in the process. You are shifting your identity, shifting your reality, shifting your focus, shifting your perspective, shifting your life. Why? Because I know you deserve better, but I can't want it for you. I can help you achieve it. You know why? Because there's people like me who aren't struggling. There's people like me who aren't living paycheck to paycheck. There's people like me who are moving cross country if they want to. There's people like me who are in healthy relationships and healthy connections. There are people and souls like me who have people and other souls vying for our attention whenever we walk. Babe, do you understand what I'm saying? It is a trap, Michelle. Mama Venus walking it down on this Venus day. Ashe, my love. We are souls having an experience, a physical experience. Ashe. Yes, we got to throw it away. Transitioning from believing to knowing. You have to know, not believe. You cannot. Please stop allowing people to trick you. Let me tell you something. The best thing you can do before we continue getting into the shift, because I'm going to give you some jewels. I promise you, because that's what I do. That's one of my divine purposes. You understand what I'm saying? I want y'all to stop allowing people to trick you out of your essence, to trick you out of your inheritance, to trick you out of your power. You should never, ever, ever be humble to, especially not a lower entity or a lower being or a spirit. You should remember who you are. You should never dim your light. You should never subtract from your power. You should never take away from your intelligence. You should never take away from your infinity to appease someone else's inferiority or insecurities. Let them be inferior and insecure on their damn own. That's a them problem. That should not be a you problem. Please learn the words that you are using, because spells are spell casting, my love. Does that mean that you have to be arrogant? No. You can be grounded, you can be respectful, you can be honorable, you can have integrity and still have the confidence to know you don't ever need to be humble. Do you ever see the sun dimming its light because of the moon? Do you ever see the mountain bending over because the winds are too loud? Hell no. So why are you bending backwards in all type of ways, doing gymnastics for people who don't even give a damn about you or are in lower nature than you? Why are you doing this? So you play yourself down. You become the people pleaser. Why? Because a lot of us are desperate for a heart. A lot of us are desperate for a love and a hug. A lot of us are desperate. Get out of the disparity, my loves. Peace, Rosalind. How are you, my love? Make sure y'all grabbing your daily heart meet and let's continue to tap, my loves. Where is the love? Where the hearts at? I want to see these hearts moving. Come on. The only thing I require when you are in this beautiful space, when we are creating this beautiful vortex, this empowerment vortex, is that you do what we're supposed to do. We are on social media, my love, and it's not just about us learning. It's also about us being responsible and taking the smallest of steps to participate in the collective raising of our consciousness, the collective elevation. And so it's not just about sharing a lot. It's not just about participating in engagement, because the more we elevate, the more we do our part, guess what? That does a whole bunch of things for you. There's other people that need to hear the message. And sometimes they're waiting on you to say, hey, boo, hey, love, hey, love, hey, come on over here. You did your part. Right? You get rewarded for that. So whenever you are asked to do the smallest of things, just know that it comes back to you in the grandest of ways. I had to tune in and listen. You speaking this morning. Ashe, Goddess, we are speaking this rising. Yes, we all become our best selves. Together, we are unstoppable. Ashe, as united, we are powerful. Divided, we are powerless. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that requires something of us. Ashe? Okay, so what does it requires? Okay, so let's get real deep, because let me tell you something. One thing that your God self, your higher self, one thing that intelligence loves, one thing that this God concept, your higher self, one thing that the universe requires is clarity. A lot of us do not have clarity. So guess what? You continue to send mixed messages and mixed frequencies. So no wonder you're not experiencing what you want to experience, because we're not clear on what we want. And a lot of the times we are wanting things because we are creating from the spaces of lack. Okay, Rosalind? Okay. So let's make it real today. I want you to put in the comments one thing that you want to experience, one thing that you desire. Beautiful Tiana, how are you, my love? Welcome in. Navia, how are you, my love? Put something in the comments that you want to experience. How many of you want to stop living paycheck to paycheck? How many of us want consistent money flow? How many of us want freedom and security? How many of us want to be in healthy relationships, whether romantic, sexual, sensual, or platonic? How many of us want to be with our life partner? We don't just want to imagine them, speak about them. We want to feel them. We want to inhale them. Oh my goodness. How many of us want to be able to give to those who are less fortunate? How many of us want to experience more vitality and health in our bodies so we can live life into the fullest and enjoy what we're attracting and materializing? How many of us want to travel more? How many of you want to retire yourself, start a profitable business, or scale your business? Put it in the comments. Make it plain, my love. Infinite gratitude. Ashe? Infinite gratitude. Yes, I want it all. What does all mean? Make it plain, T. Make it plain. I want this back to heal. I want this back to heal so I can go back to work. Let me tell you something. When you shift your identity, okay, your body, your mind is capable to rejuvenate itself and to heal itself. Queen Lynn, I want money flow, consistent money flow. Ashe, that was one of my things, and I'm still in it. Okay, you said it right. Thanks. Navia, that's a really pretty name, Navia. That is a really pretty name, T. That is a really infinite gratitude, my loves. That's why my husband and I agree. He takes care of himself and I myself, and together we are God's. Ashe, I love it. It's going good though. Ashe, I love it. I want more peace in my finances. Ashe, I love that. Make it very clear. It's no, I think I want this, and stop making. You don't need an excuse why you want what you want. Whatever you want to experience, it is your personal reasons, and it's relevant, not irrelevant. It's relevant. You don't have to give no excuses as to why you want what you want, as to who you want what you want, as to you yourself need to know your two whys. And I teach my mentees this. You want to know your two W's. The reason you want to know your two W's, I want y'all to listen clear. I also want y'all to be tapping while y'all listening. Let's tap. Let's get these hearts up. Come on now, loves. Come on, get your powerful magic fingers going. Okay? I want y'all to listen. A lot of us know our surface level why. The surface level why is not going to align you with what you want to experience or who you want to experience. Infinite gratitude for the support follow. Ashe. Infinite peace, Alisa, right? So I teach from one of my frameworks that I teach my mentees, and I'm giving it to you all, okay? It's not enough to just know the external why. You need to know the internal why. Reason being, the internal why is connected to your current identity, which means it is connected to the core values that you don't know you have. When it comes to your identity, when it comes to you not experiencing what you want to experience, it is because of the internal why We already know the external why. The external why is because you want more money. The external why is because you want more freedom. The external why is you want to travel more. The external why is surface level. Meaningful, yet surface level. You know that. Now you need to understand the inner why, because the inner why is connected to the frequency that is creating or repelling your external experiences. A lot of us don't realize that we are created from a place of lack, scarcity, fear, and distortion and biases. A lot of us are unknowingly created from fear, lack. And here's the thing. When you're creating from fear, lack, scarcity, hate, resentment, mistrust, all of these different things, you can still attract certain things. However, you're always going to attract those things in a limited way, not in an abundant way. So you will see a little bit of progress. However, because you're creating from that space of lack and insecurity and distorted beliefs and biases and fears, it's going to cause your body and make your body weaker. It's going to weaken your aura, your biofield. So I teach that method. And here's the thing. There is a safe and quick way to manifest and materialize whatever you want to experience. And this is what I teach in my Shift Master Framework, which I'm going to be hosting a live master training, Shift Master Training, coming in September. And for those of you who filled out the Service Plus button and requested more information, please look in your email, especially the spam. I sent you the link so you can register per your request for the Shift Master Training that we're about to have. Okay? If you do not understand how to shift your identity, shift your focus, shift your perspective, you're going to continually live the life that you've been living. And guess what? It's not going to remain the same. It is getting worse. A lot of y'all think this concept of same shit, different day applies to you. Infinite gratitude, beautiful. Infinite gratitude. Thank you so much. And that's not true, because there are laws that govern us all. So when it comes to the what we don't understand, we also don't know anything about it, anything or as much as we should about universal laws and principles. Ashe? So if you don't know what governs you or what helps to govern you, if you don't understand what governs the universe, what governs the matrix, what governs the matrices, what governs the simulation outside of you, which is the co-creator, how can you bring into harmony? How can you work with those things? So it makes all of your efforts ineffective, because it don't matter who you are, what your name is, what your status is. It don't matter how many zeros you have in the bank, negative or positive. It don't matter your status. It don't matter your accolades. It don't matter anything. Every soul and spirit that is in these matrices, in these vortex, in these realities, in these simulations that we are coexisting in, are governed by the same laws, the same principles. And as soon as you can just stop being so delusional as to think that there's some damn sky daddy working in your favor, the sooner you can learn how to master yourself. The sooner you can learn how to master your energy and your frequency. The sooner you can shift your identity so you can experience what? The financial security. You can experience a healthy love. You can experience the traveling that you want. You can experience retiring yourself. You can experience not living paycheck to paycheck. Okay. Receive it. Receive it, my loves. Infinite gratitude. Navaya, infinite gratitude, my love. Yes, Key, it makes sense. It's time. It is time. Because if you do not shift your identity, which is going to enable you to raise your level of consciousness, a lot of y'all souls are going to be trapped. Now, I know some of y'all don't understand what I'm saying, and some of y'all do. You do not want to get trapped in these simulations. You do not. A lot of y'all are so busy focusing on the physical things that you see. A lot of y'all too busy focusing on what the fuck the president is doing and what they're not. And left side, right side, blue side, right side, left side, upside, down side. A lot of y'all are focusing on the wrong things. And it is all designed to trap your souls on lower dimensions and lower frequencies. Wake up. Of course, you should experience more money. Of course, you should experience more love and abundance. However, that cannot be your only goal. You're missing a whole divine, infinite point of your existence. That cannot be the only thing or the only things you're focusing on. It cannot. Wake up. There are things happening around you, in you, that is going to affect you in many ways. I don't know anybody in their right mind that want to continually get left back in school. Why do you continually want to get left back in the school of life? Some of y'all still in the same goddamn second grade, third grade, fourth grade, and that's just it for you. And you wondering why you're self-destructing. You're wondering why you're overwhelmed and so depressed, because not only are we talking foolish, casting spells on ourselves, we continue to regurgitate and cast other spells that are coming from the rhetoric, the distorted rhetoric in these damn echo chambers of distortion. And we have to stop it. You have to stop it. Those of you who want to elevate, you have to stop it. Now, I'm not talking about the ones who continually want to stay stuck. I'm not talking about the ones who don't give a damn about their life and nobody else's life. I don't waste my divine energy on them. I am here to help souls. Beautiful souls, just like you, Big Chef, just like you, Key, K, just like you, Holistic Homegirl, just like you, Caroline, just like you, Navaya, just like you, Michelle, just like you, Sha, just like you, JSJ Mom, how are you, my love? Just like you. Do you understand what I'm saying? You will never have to force feed, just like you, Alnisa, just like you, Ja. You will never have to force feed someone who is hungry. They are going to find you. They are going to find it. It is our natural makeup. Do you understand what I'm saying? So stop arguing with people who want to be deaf, dumb, blind, and docile and stupid. Stop arguing with stupid people. Stop hanging around stupid people, because you catch according to what you are around. A lot of y'all catching stupid strays and dysfunctional strays all over the place because you want to hug so damn bad. Hug yourself. You want to be felt up so bad. Feel yourself and get it over with. Get your own rocks off and stop being so desperate for companionship, for love, for anything. Do it yourself already. Get it over with. You want to be married? Buy a ring already. If that's all, just please stop. We have to stop being so desperate. Okay? Because when you're desperate, you continue to create from a place of lack. Ashe? So this shift, my shift master framework, it teaches you the safest and quickest ways so you can materialize and attract what and who you want to experience. Why is it so important? Because for a lot of us, if you do not ever experience how it feels to not rob Peter to pay Paul, if you never experience how it feels not to live paycheck to paycheck, if you never experience how it feels to have the ultimate joy and be whole and fulfillment and feel like you actually belong, you're going to keep desiring it. And when you elevate to higher states of consciousness, the desire goes away. So what I encourage is to not stop wanting more money. Don't stop wanting whatever it is you want, more love, hope, peace, prosperity, whatever it is. I want you to experience so you can get it out of your system. Because a lot of things that I experienced, okay, the partying, the associating myself with people that's living in mansions and partying in mansions and the party life, and the fancy cars and living in luxury, even though I live in a luxury condo now. However, I am not attached or detached. It's harmony for me. I experience all of that. Guess what? So I can advance in higher states of consciousness. I can graduate because I'm no longer bound by these things. So I'm not a mentor, a mastery mentor, or educator that's going to teach you that you shouldn't want to be rich. You shouldn't want to be wealthy. You shouldn't want to have a man or a woman. You shouldn't want to have a golden retriever and a white picket fence. Or I teach that you should absolutely have whatever it is you want to desire so you can experience it long enough so you can be like, okay, now it's time to ride. Because there are way more important things for you to experience. There are way more important things for you to understand. There are way more important things so you can grasp. It is okay that you want what you want. Ashe, it really is. You should experience it. You should absolutely experience what you need to experience. Okay? You really should. Infinite gratitude, my love. You should absolutely want to experience it. Okay? Wealthy Melanin, how are you, my love? Peace. Right? Okay, so the core concept in the Shift Master framework is your identity, because everything works, a lot of what you want to experience or even who you want to experience has a lot to do with your identity. And a lot of our identities are currently fractured. A lot of our identities are fractured, okay? Because your core values are, I don't know where they are, but they don't reside with you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So because our current identity continues to create from lack, continue to create from fear, continue to create from scarcity and misalignment, okay? This is why we continue to experience the things that makes us feel uncomfortable, that causes us to experience more anxiety, more distortion, more bias, sets of knowings or belief system. It causes us fractures. So your identity is your self-identifying blueprint. Your identity also deals with your self-love, your self-concept, your self-actualization. Okay. And that is important for you to know. So do any of us understand do we understand what I'm saying so far? Do I need to elaborate on something? Do everybody understand what I'm saying thus far? Okay. I see. I'm not gonna, well, your email doesn't come up, but if you are currently filling out the Service Plus button, to receive more information, or the link where you can register for the I Shift Your Identity live master training coming up, I will make sure I respond to the email. Just give me 24 hours because I currently live in Thailand. As you can see, it's nighttime here and it's daytime for most of you. I am 8 to 11 hours ahead. Okay, so I'm well on my way into Saturday, and y'all haven't even hit Friday night yet. I'm in a whole nother time zone. Okay, so you can also take advantage of huge savings if you register right now. Those of you who know all of my live master trainings are limited seating. I only cater to and teach in small settings. Why? Because I understand my energy and I understand your energy, and I make sure that it is distributed in harmony. Okay, I want to make sure I know my capacity to make sure I can give you the undivided attention that you need. So whenever I have master trainings like this, and I only have them a few times a year, take full advantage of it. If you're serious about changing your life, shifting your identity master framework is going to help you do that. So when I talk about identity, I mean that's the thing. Your identity is your operating system of life. Your identity is your operating system of life. Infinite. Hi, Riri. Hi, beautiful. Right. And if you keep self-identifying as one who struggles, i.e., the person that continually says that, oh, life is hard, work is hard, and the person that continues to have all of the problems, like every day is the day. The problem, the person that has the people that have so many disgruntles and griefs, right? The people who are experiencing, just brokenness, the people who are just feeling lonely far too long. It's okay to feel lonely every now and again, but there are people who are experiencing long terms of loneliness, long terms of fear, long terms of not belonging, long terms of having not having clarity on what their purpose is, struggling. Too many of us are struggling. That all has to do with your identity and everything that is under the identity umbrella, which is your intention, your focus, your self-concept, your self-esteem, your self-actualization, your perspectives, your distortions. All of that is under the umbrella. Your core values also shapes your identity. In fact, your core values dictate what you believe, how you believe it, when you choose to believe it. Your core values dictate what you experience. Your core values dictate who you allow or disallow in your life. Your core values is what's keeping a lot of you in jobs that you know you are miserable in. Your core values are currently keeping a lot of you stuck because you do not understand your core values. One, you couldn't even pinpoint them right now. I say that with all due respect. A lot of us think we know what our core values are, and some of us may know. However, if you know your core values, and they are in alignment with higher states of beings, higher states of consciousness, joy, bliss, peace, prosperity, elevation, there ain't no way your reality is the way it is. If one, you know your core values, two, you're embodying your core values, and three, you are projecting those core values, which means that your whole bioelectromagnetic aura, the frequency of that, your aura don't lie, my loves. So this is why I created the Shift Your Identity Master Framework. Because until you understand certain things, your life is going to continually get worse. Make no mistake. Ashe 1111. Ashe. Ashe. Thriving. How are you, my love? Infinite gratitude. Infinite gratitude for the support follow. Infinite gratitude. Ashe, infinite gratitude for the support follow and for you being here, right? We need to understand that when you do not also understand who you are. If I was to, let's, and this is us growing together. So please don't be ashamed. Don't think I'm digging at you or pointing. I'm not doing that, baby, because I just won't do that. I operate with integrity and compassion, even though I'm going to tell you the undesirable truth. I am very straight when it comes to your life and my life. Okay? Because I know I play a huge part in things that you experience, and you play a huge part in things that I experience. We're not going to get into energy exchange and co-creation of these simulations, matrices that we live in. However, I want to ask you a question. I want to ask all of you a question. Who are you? Put it in the comment section. There are no wrong answers. Put in the comment section. How would you respond I'm asking you, who are you? Put in the comment section, please, what you think that is. Put it in the comment section for a second. Infinite gratitude for all of you. Holistic for sharing out the live. Thank you so much. Infinite gratitude. Put it in the comment section. Come on, don't be shy. Co-creator. I love that. Yes, you are. Yes, you are co-creator. Queen that's reaching for a better her. Queen, I love that answer. Infinite possibilities. I love that answer, Chef. I am an empress that are known as queen, a mother, a grandmother, live to exist with a purpose. Ashe, I love that answer. The vessel for my infinite being. Ashe. And you are all of those things. So don't be scared when I ask you questions. Don't be intimidated. Don't be scared, because there aren't a lot of wrong answers that we can give. However, I want to give you the core essence of who you are, according to the indisputable ancient facts, infinite facts. Pure souls are light beings. We are made up of light and we are made up of energy. Why am I saying this? So, along with all of the beautiful characteristics and the embodiment and essence that you all gave, I also want you to include that you are a light being, you are a light soul, you are infinite frequency. In fact, 99.7 of what you're made up is nothing. Not nothing meaning nothing, meaning infinite energy. Okay, my loves? Why is this important? Because if you continue to condition your mind, your supercomputer, your heart, which is your second brain, and your gut, which is the seat of your soul, your identity is going to continually conform to the God, the goddess, the empress, the queen. And although all of those are beautiful, if you are not also incorporating the core, everything has a core essence. And at your core, you are a light being. And when you start, another importance of understanding that is because when you get to a higher state of consciousness, you realize that you are no one, you are nowhere, which means you are everyone and you are everywhere. Why? Because you are infinite. So when the Bible taught y'all that he is omnipotent, he is omnipresent, that was the distorted version. That's the distorted version. You are infinite. You are cosmic. You are omnipresent. You are omnipotent or omnipotent, however you want, because you are light and raw energy, you travel through cosmos. You are one with the infinite source of creation. And where is the infinite source of creation? Everywhere. And if you're a part and connected to that, guess where you're also? Everywhere. But a lot of us can't be everywhere because we are trapped in the simulation, because we don't want to elevate our consciousness. We don't want to take time to read. We don't want to invest in opportunities. When I say I'm going to be teaching y'all about shifting your identity, we talk about things like this in my community. We don't want to take time to sit by ourselves. We don't want to take time to be by ourselves and actually be proactive. We don't want to separate from the people, places, and things that are anchoring us to our past. We don't want to stop getting all of the validations from irrelevant motherfuckers. We don't want to take the time and log off of social media for 24 hours, let alone a whole week, a whole month, so you can get your life together, so you can actually reclaim your energy, so you can actually be the creator, co-creator that you are, so you can actually embody the energetic capacity that you actually need to manifest more love, more romance, more confidence, more peace, prosperity, more elevation. Because right now, a lot of us are weak in a lot of ways. We don't understand that we have mental fractures in our mind. We don't understand that we have heart fractures. We don't understand these things, and you need to understand these things. It cannot be all entertainment all the time. It is far, far. We are far removed from the performances, from being performative. We are performing the bliss. We are performing the excitement. We are performing the all of the beauty and the confidence. It's all a fucking performance these days. And it shouldn't be. Okay? So along with all of the beautiful characteristics that you just said, I want you to understand that. I want you to start remembering, because it's in your remembrance that you rise. It's in your remembrance that you remember how powerful you are. It's in your remembrance that you don't actually need the money. You don't actually need the external love. You don't actually need the validation. You don't actually need a lot of things that are in these simulations. And if you want them, it's easy access if you remember who you are. But a lot of you are Sims in your own damn simulation. A lot of your NPCs in your own matrices. And all we doing is bitching and moaning and complaining about it. Do something about it. Stop talking. That's what integrity means. What do you think integrity means? What do you think being accountable means and being responsible means? Do you know what's called what do you know what it's costing you to not elevate? Do you know what it's costing you? Yes, you can't see the consequences, or a lot of the consequences you don't see until you get to that place where you're ready to jump off the. A lot of us don't see the consequence until we actually are bleeding somewhere. A lot of us aren't really making the. It's really real out here. Soul traps are real. Lower states of consciousness are real. Simulations are real. The matrices are real. Traps are real. And if you're not ascending, if you're not accelerating, if you're not advancing, if you're not transmuting, you are descending, you are devolving, and you are self-destructing. Why? Because as pure atoms, pure energy beings, electromagnetic beings, living cells, if you are not advancing, elevating, rising, you are falling, you are descending, and you are self-destructing. That's chemistry and biology and genetics 101. 101. What happens to a plant when you stop feeding it? The energy doesn't go away. The plant loses its vitality. The same with you, us as light beings and organisms. If we are not nurturing ourselves, if we are not rising, moving forward, expanding, we are doing the opposite. This is what I mean by we don't know the things that we know, because if you understood the laws and principles and frequencies that govern us all, the law of gender, the law of positive, negative, the law of yin yang, the law of resonance, the law of correspondence, as above, so below, and everywhere in between, you know that there cannot be one without the other. So if you're continually feeding one side of the spectrum, guess what the other side is doing? If you go to the gym and every time you go to the gym, you're working out the right side of your body, you're doing right arm lifts, you're doing right arm curls, you're only working out your right glute, you're only working out your right shin, guess what the left side is doing? It's not like your arm is going to disappear, your leg is going to disappear, your left buttocks and glutes or feet or toes or hands is going to disappear, but it is going to get weaker. And if you remain weak, they can continue ciphering off your energy. If you remain weak, they can continually keep you trapped. A soul that's in fear is easier to control than a soul that's free. Andre, Steve. Andre, I love that. You are absolutely correct. Welcome in, Steve, spiritual coach, infinite gratitude, right? Carla, how are you, my love? Hi, Miss Clark. Welcome in. Great insight and wisdom. Infinite gratitude. I appreciate you. For all the beautiful souls that is coming in, welcome in. Infinite gratitude for you sharing your beautiful energy with me right now. My name is Venus Scott. I'm a self-mastery educator and mentor. I have been helping countless of beautiful souls elevate their consciousness, shift their identity, helping them to get into alignment to experience so many beautiful things that life and these simulations and just have to offer. Okay. And so I am also a best-selling author of 4 books right now. I also create curriculums So I do this for a living. It is one of my absolute passions to help other souls elevate, to help other souls remember who they are. Because the more of us that elevate, the more of us that ascend, we can be more effective in these simulations, and we can also help the younger souls mature. Or else it's just more of the blind leading the blind. So welcome and thank you so much for trusting me with your energy, trusting me with your mind and spirit to guide you. And thank you for being open to the information. Infinite gratitude. Thriving. Yes, Ashe. Ashe. Alvin, how are you? Welcome in, my love. Yes, we got to tell the truth over here. It cannot be all right. It cannot be just we joking all day, every day. It's a joke. Now your life shouldn't be a joke, because when them experience and consequences start to hit, don't go crying. Keep that same energy. Talking about life be life, and keep that same energy. You thought it was a joke. You thought it was okay to joke every day, all day. You thought it was okay not to elevate. You thought it was okay to keep rejecting the people that is coming before you, nudging you, that is purpose to come before you, to give you a hand, saying, hey, I'm here. What you gonna do about it? You called me. You sent for me. I'm here. What are you gonna do with it? Action takers. Enough of the excuses. Enough of the rhymes or reasons and justifications as to why we're not doing better. Enough of the complaining already. Enough of the trauma bonding already. Enough of the foolishness already. A lot of us out here looking real crazy in these social media streets. You're showing up all types of ways. You're presenting yourself like you're homeless, like you have no right mind, like you're not righteous, like you're not powerful, like you don't care about yourself or nobody else. But, oh, goodness. Spark awareness, Ashe. We are all purposed to do that in some way. We have so many responsibilities. However, when you stop looking at responsibilities as a freaking chore and an honor, it's an honor to be held. It's an honor to be called. It is an honor to be so-called chosen. It is an honor to step into your essence. It is an honor to step into your power. It is an honor to be responsible. It is an honor to hold yourself as responsible. It is an honor. That's why many are called, many are purposed, but only few would actually pick up the torch. Only a few would actually pick up and say, you know what? I'll do it. I'll be the one that's speaking something different. I'll be the one that love the people so much I'm willing to hurt their feelings. I'll be the one that love beautiful souls so much that I'm willing to tell them the truth, even though they may not like me afterwards. I'll be the one to hold myself accountable and responsible. I'll be the one to detach myself from people, places, and things, because I know I have a deeper purpose. I'll be the one that's willing to walk that road, even though there are not others willing to walk it with me. I'll be that one. I'll be that one. I volunteer for the honor and the privilege and the pleasure. I'll be that one where my ancestors feel safe and know that they can trust me. I'll be that one that the trees can trust with the infinite information that they can share with me, knowing that I'm not going to abuse the power and the information. I'll be that one that the children like to come to because my aura is clean. I'll be the one that the pets and the insects like to come around because my aura is clean. I'll be the one to abstain from certain people, places, and things to elevate myself because I want to. Because I remember it is one of my divine responsibilities and purposes in this life. I'll be the one. I'll be the one. Okay? I'll be the one that think outside the box. I'll be the one where thousands of people are going to the right and I say, you know what? I'm going to the left. I'll be that one. Infinite gratitude, goddess. I'll be that one. I'll be that one to be like, oh man, she tripping, she did, she slide, she tripping, she rap, that. I'll be that one. Yes, I'll be the oddball. I'll be the black sheep. I'll be whatever you think I am, because what you think I am don't matter. What I know I am matters. What I do for myself matters. The impact and the value that I can give other souls matters. Okay? Okay? And that starts with what? Shifting your identity. Because when your identity is wrapped in lack, ignorance, fear, limitations, it blocks you from making new choices. Remember, I told you certain things that is under the umbrella of shifting your identity. Your core values dictates your behaviors, your decisions, your actions, and a lot of you don't know why you continually go down the same path that you know ain't gonna bring you where you need to go. There's a reason for that. It's not because you're unworthy. It's not because you're untrusting. It's not because you lack value. It's not because you don't deserve it. It's because you do not yet know what you need to know in order for you to shift. You do not understand how to reprogram your neurological system, your infinite computer, your database. You do not know how your dominant database is currently running your identity, running your life, dictating your experiences, decisions, and choices. You do not understand yet how to rewire your nervous system. Now, I'm not talking about surface level stuff. New world, how are you, my love? So instead of stepping into what you desire and who you desire to be, what you want to experience, you unconsciously continue to repeat who you think and believe you are, because we've been so far removed from who we actually are. They stripped us of our dialects, languages, right? Our essence, our core identities, and gave us their false gods. And a lot of us are so ignorant to the point where some of us are even calling ourselves Black Jesus. Where a lot of us continue to feed these false deities, these demons. Ignorance. How are you going to reclaim your power back when you keep giving it to an entity, a demigod, a spirit that was designed and created to cipher off your energy? Trapped. I was once there too. Navaya, I was once, baby, you couldn't talk about Jesus to me. We fighting. However, deep, and I say this with all due respect, because if you are a beautiful being and soul, that's what you are. But just like I said, if you just came in here, I'll be that one to tell the truth. I'll be that one gonna give you the undesirables, even though you may not like me afterwards, because I'm not gonna get bent out of shape if you unfriend me. I'm not gonna get bent out of shape because you don't like me. I'm not gonna get bent out of shape because your emotions are so fragile. The minute I tell you the truth, your ego rises like it's distorted self. That's gonna buck up against me, baby. You ain't bucking no infinite truth. You ain't huffing and blowing and nothing over here. The truth is the truth. I always knew, even though I was deeply embedded in the Eurocentrism, that's a new word. I create new words all the time, by the way. Right? All of the dogma. Something inside me was like, something missing. Something ain't right here. I started using my own brain. That's when I began my path in breaking the cycles, the unnatural cycles. That's when I began understanding the simulations, understanding the frequencies, understanding more things. That started and propelled my journey into tapping back in and remembering who I am at my core. So every time you keep, won't he do it? Won't he? Who you talking about? You giving all praise and all honor. You know what that does to your psyche when you continually giving all praise and honor and all the applause to a deity or an entity outside of yourself. You're shrinking your self-esteem. You're shrinking your power. You're making yourself unimportant. Why is it so challenging for us to believe that you're doing it? Won't she do it? Ashe. Won't he do it? Meaning the masculine. Oh, Ashe. Why is it so hard for some of us to believe that you're doing it? You're the one that's co-creating. You're the one that's attracting people, places, and things. You're the one that can do all of these phenomena and miracles. Just look at how your body was created. Get back into your books. Get back into your books. Learning should never end. They talking about healing is a lifelong journey. Learning should be the lifelong journey, because if you're still healing years after years, if you still holding to the concept that you're always going to be healing, that's the stupidest thing you can ever say out of your mouth, and one of the worst curses you can put on yourself. Because if you continually say, oh, I'm always going to be healing, life is about a healing journey, you are not only destroying your cells in your body, you are telling yourself that you are always going to be broken. Who do you think want to be by your side in your space and love on you and kiss on you while you always broken? I know if I was a mate that you was if I was a beautiful soul that you was interested in, I would want to come nowhere near you. Somebody who's always broken, somebody who ain't never truly fully healed, someone that's constantly living in that victim state, I don't want to be nowhere near you. And you wondering why some of y'all still lonely, wondering why some of y'all still broke and miserable. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. Accept it so you can change it. Accept it so you can shift it. Ashe, yes. Yes, Ashe. Drop big time soulful knowledge. Ashe. We've been coddled for far too long. We've been coddled for far too long. Hi, Riri, my love. And the people who you are surrounding yourself with the most. This is why another reason why we're not shifting our identity. Because a lot of y'all cannot detach from people, even your family members, that is keeping you anchored to the past. All of y'all talk the same. All of y'all look the same. All of y'all walk the same. All of y'all curse or use profanity. All of y'all, it's just the same. Y'all not going nowhere forward, but everywhere backwards. All because of that's my bro, that's my sis, that's my mother, that's my father, let me tell you something. When you get to a point where you understand higher soulful things, when you start really understanding a lot of things that I will never talk about on this here platform, that's why I always give y'all an opportunity to join my private quantum shift society. We talk about things like this from time to time. When you start understanding that you are not just their mother, you are not just their father, you are not just their sons and their daughters, and you're not just the son and daughter, you're not just the auntie, uncle, you're not so much any of those things. All of us are light beings, all of us are souls. Do you understand what I'm saying? Women, divine, feminine, we're the portals, yes, but when you are so attached to the title, to the physical relationship, you miss the part where you elevate. You miss the opportunity to shift because they're just not your children. They are on an individualized path also. But because I can't do that and you need to, baby, listen, everybody can get it. Everybody can get it. And when I mean they can get it, I mean, they can get my separation. They can get about face forward march. They can get a return to sender. I don't give a damn who you are. If you continually choose not to rise with me, I cannot have you attached to me because then you become a cancer. I don't need you attached to me. I need you elevating with me because those who are too attached to you is a danger. I don't need parasites in me, on me, or around me, baby, who only job is to suck the very life force out of you. And some of y'all are allowing, some of y'all got so many parasites attached to you. It's no wonder why you can't raise your level of conversational intellect. It's no wonder why you still talking about the same things day after day after day after day. No wonder you still doing the same things, making the same decisions, not elevating. No wonder why you still complaining and griping and just miserable. No wonder why. That's causing you to self-destruct. I say, Queen, at some point you got to care about yourself more to say, you know what? I'm so done. I don't want to be miserable anymore. I'm tired of hearing these damn same conversations. Every fucking week we talking about politics. None of the politicians give a damn about you. When are you going to realize this is higher level consciousness right here? Pay attention. This is a simulation. You're living in multi-simulations. You're living in multi-matrices. Do you really think you choosing any type of president? No. You don't make no damn decisions. You don't. Stop this foolishness. And the spirits that are running underneath the elite doing their bidding, they don't give a damn about you. In fact, they're living the very lives that you saying you want. They don't even know your name yet. You got their name in your mouth every other week. Damn. If you read a book, if you read more books, if you read enough books, as much as you know every goddamn senator and politician and every trickster name and their whole identity and where they live and their address, you got all the information on everything that don't matter except the information on who you truly are, except the information that's going to actually help you shift, except the information that's going to actually help you elevate. Them damn people ain't worried about you. They're on their damn yachts, bathing in the sunshine. Winds and weeds blowing in the wind. They not worried about it. They ain't worried about you. They can take vacations whenever they want to. They can give to the needy whenever they want to. They don't blink their eye when it comes to them spending $1,000 and you still bitching about you paying a light bill. Baby, you're not even in the same tax bracket. Why are you focusing on them? This is why y'all where y'all at. And it's just the truth. Because you're focusing on and giving your energy to people, places, and things that don't matter. I should see, get your priorities straight. This is crazy. And you really think you're doing something about your voice and your vote matters. No, it don't. Come on now. Let's wake up. Let's act like we actually got some sense. The president ain't even running ish. Stop it. Back to identity shifting. Somebody got to tell the truth. True transformation begins the moment you decide to shift your self-identification. Okay? Because once you upgrade your self-concept, once you upgrade your mental database, once you start starving the old and feeding the new, once you start regulating your nervous system, once you start understanding these things, you can then experience more joy, more peace, more love, more abundance. Instead of being so miserable. The only people who talk misery are the miserable. You don't see happy people having conversations about politics, having conversations about systems that were never designed to help you win. You don't see people with money having the same conversations that many people have. We talk different. We look different. We feel different. Everything is different. And a lot of us want these things. And I think you should absolutely have them and experience them. However, how are you going to experience all that you want if you don't shift your identity, if you don't shift your frequency, if you don't shift your conscious state of being, if you don't shift your essence, if you don't shift your focus, if you don't shift your identification, if you don't shift your self-concept, it's not going to change in a way that you want it. It's going to get worse. Nothing stays the same. Everything moves. Just because you can't physically see things move, it's moving. Nothing stays the same. You're either going forward or backward, up or down, left or right. Accelerating or decelerating. Nothing stays the same. You're either getting better or worse. You choose, or continually let your current identity choose for you. Infinite gratitude, Queen Lynn. Listen, the way I speak, the way I teach, beautiful, I talk to myself like this. I had to get serious with myself. When I was still out there running the streets, hustling, when I was still in the exotic club, swinging around them poles, baby, and living the life and making all the money and doing all the extracurricular, happy chemicals and stuff, baby, ripping and running, hustling, doing all the things. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, and one of the most notorious projects in Brooklyn. I come from that life. I come from the hustle harder, hustle harder. I come from that, where you were either two things. You were either the sheep or the wolf. I chose to be the wolf, because I'll be damned if anybody just come and pick on me and nub on me and eat on me. You had to choose. That's the life and I didn't want to live that life no more. My decisions have got me into, you heard what I said, my decisions. It was nobody else's fault. I got tired of playing the victim. I got tired of blaming my mother and my father for what they did or didn't do. I got tired of blaming my teachers and the government and the school system. I got serious about me. I said, you know what, Venus? Just because you was taught to be a whore, don't mean you could continually give your body to people and men that is undeserving. I was raised to give the man. I was raised like that. Real talk. I was raised to be promiscuous. I had to decide that wasn't the life that I wanted to live, even though that was the life that I was shown. And if you know anything, you know that people only mimic what they see, what they hear, what they taste and touch, what they're shown. I knew deep inside that something was wrong with that. Just like I knew deep inside that religion wasn't right for me. There was something missing. I had to make a choice. I had to begin to shift my perspective. I had to begin to shift my level of discipline. I had to get serious with my life. So I stopped the stripping. I stopped the dancing. I stopped swinging around a pole. I stopped the drinking, stopped the drugging. I stopped the victimization. I stopped all of that. I stopped being irresponsible and unaccountable. I stopped blaming everybody else. I stopped blaming. I stopped. And I got real with myself. So trust you me. I talk to myself like this. I don't have the same conversations because I'm on a different timeline. I dwell in a different simulation. I dwell in a different matrix. Because I've mastered certain levels within them. And this is what I teach you. This is some of the things I'm going to be teaching you in the Shift Your Identity Master Framework. So if you haven't registered yet, I implore you to register. It's a live training. You're going to be spending a month with me. We meet once a week. We go over 2 master modules and I give you hands-on. We have Q&A. It comes with the exercises, activities, and it's not just literature. It is literally an infinite blueprint that you can utilize for every level that you enter into. Ashe? Yes, I had to break the cycle. I had to break it. I chose not. I was going down, baby. I was going down real bad. I had to SYS. I had to save myself. Yanasha, are you my love? Welcome in. I have to save myself. I used to live in Brooklyn by the L train. Yes, so you know what that type of life is. Okay, the false self. Yes, Steve. Yes, Steve. Infinite gratitude. We have to save ourselves. Ain't nobody else coming to do it. You're just having this conversation with a friend. I say detachment is huge. It is. queen. Stay away from me with that. And yes, go away. I'm not desperate. Let me tell you something. I'm okay. Peace, Richard. How are you, handsome? I am okay with being with Venus. Actually, I prefer to be with Venus. I prefer to be what I am. I prefer to be with me in my essence. I prefer it, especially because of the work that I do. It is imperative that I maintain my aura. It is imperative that I keep my mind sharp, that I keep my gut sharp, that I keep my heart sharp and in alignment. That requires things. There's a lot that go on in the background. I don't just come and present. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't just come and present and share. I do a lot in the background, and I love doing what I do. I love taking time for me. I love it. It was beautiful when I discovered my purpose. My purpose is in my path, and I help you to do the same. A lot of y'all are living out someone else's purpose, and especially a purpose that somebody told you you should be operating in. Ashe? And this has to change, right? It has to change. At least it should change if you want it to change. Now, if you don't, by all means, because let me tell you something. I'm not helping save anybody that don't want to be saved. If you want to continually self-destruct, baby, do what you need to do, what you got to do. But I won't be there with you, and you will not drag me down with you, okay? I done passed the second grade. I passed the third grade. I passed the fourth grade. I'm not going back to this kindergarten just because you don't want to grow up. I'm not going back to kindergarten because you don't want to mature. Damn the title. Damn the title. When I say title, I mean the connection. Okay. So I'm telling you, I'm that one. I will stand on my square. I don't stand in any square. Squares are made to contain energy. I'm on my square. I'm in my triangle. Some of y'all miss that. That's infinite geometry. Symbols mean something. The infinite flower of life. And I help you shift so you can get out of that damn box. You don't belong in nobody's box of ideologies, concepts, religions, ways, dogma. You don't belong in nobody's box. You're too powerful to be in that box. That's why a lot of y'all are imploding from the inside, because your energy is too big to be in somebody's goddamn box of what they think you should be in. Some of y'all doctors and lawyers and teachers and preachers and mentors because somebody else told you to be that. Somebody else done encourage you or influence you. Some of y'all want to be millionaires, and that's probably not your purpose for this stimulation. That's probably not what you're supposed to experience. Some of y'all are in the wrong damn fields. Some of y'all with the wrong people. All because you're so busy worried about what they think. How they going to feel about this? How are you going to continue to feel about living a lie? Ask yourself that question. What is it costing you to continually live a lie? What is it costing you? What if you could begin experiencing more joy, more peace, more clarity? What if you had just like a profound clarity on the what, the whys, the hows, the whos, the wheres? What if you had just such a clearness of clarity on who you are and where you should go in the paths? What if you felt total just joy and bliss? What if you felt secure most of your time, safe most of your time, liberated most of your time? What if you felt that most of your time? What if you experienced more romantic love and health? And what if you experienced that? What if you actually had somebody in your life that you can trust and lean on? What if you were divinely protected? What if your ancestors really, really nurtured you, guided you, protected you? What if you can tap into those infinite sources? Infinite gratitude. I say light and love to you also. Steve, thank you so much for sharing your beautiful energy with us. You are so welcome over here in this space. You are so welcome, my love. Thank you so very much. Let me follow you back. Hold on. There we go. Infinite gratitude. Gia, how are you, my love? What if you can feel this? So why do I teach shift? Why do I teach shift? Why does it matter? Because shift is not just something, just to be something. Shift is movement, and energy must move unless or else it gets stagnant. Okay? It's subtle, yet it profoundly directs your energy, your thoughts, and your choices. You don't just improve, you move to improve, especially from survival to creation. Ashe, this is important, YT family. This is important. Shift is you transitioning from one state of being to another state of being. It is the bridge between who you were programmed to be and who you program yourself to be. Consciously, intentionally. Shift is recalibrating. It's recalibrating, it's resetting, it's realigning your mental, your physical, your soul, your energetic codes. It's realigning your frequencies. It's realigning your nervous system. Shift is like adjusting your conscious. When you start to shift your identity, you start adjusting your compass. That's directing you. So your compass changed from always pointing to your past to now pointing to your future. Shifting your identity is also expansion. Okay? It is opening up your container to hold more, to receive more joy, more love, more peace, more abundance. Okay? Shift is more than change. Shifting is more than change. It is a rebirth. It is the dissolving of your old identities, of your old distorted values and biases. Okay? And it's not just for you, it is for your family. Okay? The old identity of fear and distortion and scarcity and lack. When you stop resonating on lower timelines, you stop experiencing the same repetitive, unhealthy patterns and cycles. Meaning you get off the hamster wheel. You get off the hamster wheel. Why? Because you can. Because you have the power and authority to get off the hamster wheel. Ashe? Understand what it's costing you not to shift. Not to shift your identity, not to shift your perspective, not to shift your attention and intent. It's costing you more than you currently think. And eventually the consequences is going to be so severe. Eventually the cost is going to get so expensive, you don't have the available energy to pay for it. You don't have the mental capacity to pay for it. You don't have the vitality to pay for it. So guess what's going to happen? You're going to self-destruct. And for many souls, they will choose to eject right out of your avatar. I'm not going to go into that because that's not a conversation or a lesson for social media. When you continually choose not to get the mentoring that you need, not to get the coaching that you need, it's not just costing you your identity. or who you are supposed to be and what you're meant to experience, it's costing you your life force. Again, as living organisms, our very design is to expand, to grow, evolve. And when we resist change, when we resist the shift, we self-destruct mentally, energetically, vibrationally. Stagnation begins to happen. Complacency begins to happen. Distortion. It affects your money. It is because money is energy also. You're very welcome, my love. It affects your vitality. It affects your abilities. It affects your capabilities. A limited identity will always create patterns of attracting toxic people, places, and things. Always lopsided, always unfulfilled relationships. So when you stay stuck in your old identity, which is your current identity, who you used to be, you repel the romantic love you want. You repel the platonic love that you want. You repel the support that you want. You repel the very experiences that you want. You repel the vitality and health that you want. You repel the opportunities and connections that you could experience. You repel all of those things. You repel operating in your divine purposes. You repel you repel your legacy. Okay? And we should absolutely understand this. Shift. The S in shift stands for shedding, releasing old layers, beliefs, and programs that no longer serve you. The H in shift stands for healing, bringing awareness and wholeness to the fractured parts of you. The I in shift stands for integration. This is where you begin to weave new truths, new behaviors, and new perspectives into your current existence and identity. Ashe? The F in shift stands for frequency elevation. You must raise your level of energy the level of your frequency. You must do it. That is the only way you can master the simulations, the matrices, and jump timelines. Ashe? And lastly, the T stands for transformation, the complete transmutation of self. And when you don't understand who self is, what self is, knowledge of self, and the all that is connected to self, meaning you are a part mind, you are a part body, not just physical. You are a part avatar, part body, and you are also part soul. And when you don't understand these things, you continually misinterpret them, which means you continually miss your target. Ashe? Peace, Vincent. How are you, love? Octavia, how are you, beautiful? Right? And these are all the things that I'm going to be teaching you. So if you're interested in learning more information about the upcoming live shift, your identity master framework training, make sure you tap that plus service plus button. Fill out the little quick form, and I will send you a link. That way you can get more information on it. It's coming up soon, and I only offer these types of trainings a few times a year, and it's coming up. I encourage you to register. I encourage you to not trick yourself out of what you're supposed to be doing now, because you're not here just by coincidence, happenstance, or luck. You're here because you are purposed to be here, to get this information and opportunity. The question is, are you going to receive it? And are you going to do something about it? Okay, blissful rise, my love. Blissful rise. Okay. So that's all about shift. Okay. You get a lot. Okay. This master training is going to truly help you. It is a master framework that you can use for any goal on any level of life that you're in. Okay. We teach you about shifting your brain, shifting your supercomputer, your energy that's shaping and what shaped you up to now. You learn the art of shifting, practical steps to break free from outdated patterns, right? Distorted identity characteristics that no longer serve you. Infinite gratitude, my love, for sharing. Thank you so much. And you begin to align with your desired experiences instead of the undesirable experiences. The shifting your identity master framework also teaches you how to discover, how to consciously discover, how to intentionally create what and who you want to experience. Okay? It is a proven blueprint based on indisputable facts pulling from neuroscience, epigenetics, ancient wisdom, okay? Ancient practices, quantum physics, the sciences, all that have everything to do with you. The value that you get is priceless. Okay? You get we go through 9 transformational models, and you have me modules, and you have me there to help you every step of the way. And for those of you who take action, okay, today, you also get a 45-minute post checkup call with me so I can see how you're doing, how you're applying the principles and shift your identity that you learned. I'll call and I'll check up on you free. What beautiful souls paid me up to $400 to do. That's something that I wanted to do because I don't want to just teach you. I don't want to just share the information with you, even though it's proven information. I want to walk with you if you allow me to. I want to be there for you if you allow me to. I really want you to transform. Okay, and a lot of you are going to need extended help and guidance because it's one thing to begin a process. It's enough. Okay, Chef, I see you. All right, cousin. Thank you for reminding me. It's one thing to absorb the information. It's a whole entirely different thing for you to learn to imply. And for many of you, this is a new journey. So there are going to be some things that are going to transpire the minute you choose to shift your identity. And if you don't know what they are, you're going to put yourself in a bracket of the 80% of people who fail, who give up, because they don't yet understand the pre, during, and post process of doing anything new. This is why a lot of people revert back to what they're familiar with, because you do not understand when you start to shift your identity, you don't yet understand what's going to happen to you psychologically, what happens to you emotionally, and what's going to happen to you physically that's going to be reflected in your reality. So a lot of people, they know the information, they learn the information, pardon me, right? They apply the information, but then when things are happening as they should happen, they get scared, fearful, and they run away. They give up. They revert back to why? Because your ego then kicks in. Your ego is always going to kick in. Part of your identity shift that I'm going to be teaching you about in the master training. The ego's responsibility is to keep the old identity enforced. That's what it was trained to do. And whenever your ego kicks in and tells you, no, we're comfortable with lack, we're comfortable being in despair, we're comfortable living in fear, we're comfortable with the scarcity, that means that you are constantly living in fight or flight mode. Because whenever your mental and your physical is dysregulated energetically, energy-wise, that's when your ego kicks up. Because that's when you're in fight or flight, when there's no bear chasing you. So I teach you how to regulate your nervous system, how to calm the ego and tell the ego, hey, it's safe. Shifting my identity is safe. Not having no more limited thoughts is safe. That's all takes a process of shifting. And a lot of us don't know what that process is. So we revert back to what's familiar, even if it's causing you to self-destruct. Okay? So I want us to be extremely aware of that. Okay? So for those of you who are in Facebook land and YouTube, if you're interested, there are attached links to each platform in the bio. If you simply want some more information, click the link in the bio, and I encourage you to browse around. In the beginning, I also stated that I am an author. I'm a writer. I create all my curriculums. I write all of my books. There are also other helpful resources that you have, that I have of value that I can offer you. So if you're interested in YT land and FB land, click the link on my bio and you can get more information on not just who I am, you can get more information on the services and that I provide. I also do one-on-one personal mentorship. You can also work with me for a month and I can personally help you shift your identity. So throughout the course of that month, we work with each other for at least 90 minutes, 4 times a month. And you get my exclusive values elicitation assessment, something that isn't offered anywhere and something that I don't offer in any of my master trainings. I only offer it to my one-on-one mentees, because in order for you to shift your energy, one of the requirements is for you to understand your core values and where your current core values come from. Okay? So thank you so much. Infinite gratitude, YT land, FB land. I will see you all next. I come live every Monday, Wednesday, and now Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I definitely wish to see you all, hopefully see you all. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful energy with me. Until next time, peace.